If I was starting out training again in 2025 and I had to start all over again, this is exactly what I would do. Number one, I would know exactly what I wanted to look like, whether that's like athletic lean, like big and lean, like me, or whatever. Because if you know that sort of, like if I was starting again with the knowledge I have now, I would know exactly what to do, like to reverse engineer that. Like I'd know exactly what I need to be eating. I knew exactly what I need to do training wise, and I'd know time scales for bulking, cutting. I know a lot of people do flip between bulking and cutting. However, I think a lot of people they just start training and then think, oh, I want to have a little bit of less body fat. I want to get a little bit bigger, and that lack of a big overarching target, that lack of a big direction, it does hinder them. Like they're not as what's the word? They don't have as much conviction in their actions when they are like in the gym with their food and stuff. And it just ends up being like a bit of a wishy-washy process. They're spinning the wheels out and not really getting anywhere. Number two, I would have a plan from the start. Now, I did do I think about 4 or 5 years up until I did my first show without a plan, which 100% will have slowed my results down. Yeah, of course. Like I was still getting a little bit bigger. If I wanted to get a little bit leaner, I'd mindfully eat a little bit less food, do a little bit more cardio, and I'd get results to a point. Like I wasn't not progressing. I just wasn't getting that head turning look, that like really shredded when I was lean. I wasn't putting on massive amounts of muscle mass every time that I did a bulk. However, that changed in 2014 when I did my first show. Obviously, 2014 is a long time ago. I've been around. I'm 30 now. I swear I keep saying that as well. I can't get my head around it. However, I didn't have a plan off someone, but because I was working towards a set time bound target, I had to be more rigid with my approach. And that then, after that, bled out into the rest of my training, and the rest is history. I think if you've got something to stick to where you know exactly what you're doing in the gym, you're not flip flopping from like training program to training program, diet to diet. Again, with the kind of the direction side of things, from bulk to cut, from high volume to low volume to FST7 to this to that. If you've got one thing that you stick to, whether that's off a coach, whether that's off Google, another YouTuber, whatever it might be, like just something to stick to that you enjoy doing. Over as I've gone through my years of like training, I've had phases where I've wanted to do everything like perfect, optimal, and stuff like that. But I find enjoyment is a massive part of it, because enjoyment will affect adherence. Adherence is one of the biggest factors that's going to allow you to progress long term. And that's what we're doing this for, isn't it? We want long term gains. We don't just want a 5 6 week flash in the pan, get a little bit of results, and then toss it off. We want to be making like steady gains over time. Now, listen, I know a lot of people don't have a plan and they're just going to the gym, they're just ticking a box, they're doing this, they're doing that, and that's absolutely fine. But if you do want something to stick to that's free, it's been built by me, and it's made specifically for muscle building and muscle retention, then there is a link in the description below there. Give it a go. Like, it's free. It's something to stick to. Even if you don't stick to it perfectly and you just do a version of that, and that's the structure, that gives you the training side of things. All you've got to do then is sort the diet. Number three, tracking food and tracking as much data as possible, to be honest. Like I say, when I was at the start, if I wanted to get leaner, I would mindfully eat less. I would try and eat a little bit more. If I was trying to put muscle on, I would try and do different things with training and stuff, but I wasn't tracking it, so I didn't know what was working and what wasn't. Obviously, if you're tracking your food, you know exactly what's going in your mouth, you know exactly what's going on with the scales and stuff, and you can adjust that over time. I think just mindfully eating will get you, it will only get you so far. If you want to get like single digit body fat, like abs shredded out your mind, like proper, like dug out six pack. I nearly said like me again, but I think that's a little bit self-indulgent. But you get the idea. Like, to get the higher level of results, you need that higher level of data coming in so you can make better decisions down the line. So to sum up, have a direction that you want and take unemotional steps towards getting there. Take the best route. Like, I was an absolute sucker for this. Like, I would not bulk because I didn't want to lose my abs. I would then not cut because I didn't feel like I had enough muscle. Take where you are now. Think about what are going to be the best steps to get you to exactly where you want to be, and don't be emotional in your decision making. Just like in the sum up of number 2, obviously have a plan, some structure, and be tracking around that as well. Like, track as much data as you can. If you look back at, I come from a bodybuilding background. I've done men's physique, so it's men's bikini, isn't it, really? I don't get my legs out. But I come from that background, so obviously I've watched all the Dorian Yates stuff. And if you look at what he was doing, he was writing everything down. Like, sometimes you'll see floating around on social media, like some of his books, he's writing down what he's eating in the day, he's writing down what he's taken, what he's doing in the gym and stuff, weights and stuff. And that's how meticulous you need to be if you do want that kind of single digit body fat look, that really shredded look. And essentially that's going to be the best look that you want to be, that you're going to want if you want to grow as well, because you will grow better from a leaner body weight set point. Anyway, if you do feel like you want to push on and you want to get to like single digit body fat, you want to add a shed load of new muscle mass this year, but you don't really feel like you know what to do. Obviously, this video is a good start point. Like, the free training program is a good start point, but you want a personalized approach so that you can get there in the fastest way possible. I've put my coaching link in the description. If you want to work with myself one-to-one with a fully tailored training program to get you leaner with more muscle mass in the fastest way possible, just click that link, go through it. I'll be in touch ASAP with a little bit more details. But until next time, YouTube, see you on the flip.